What's going on, guys? Coach Milton here, coming to you with the HP system, the high performance system. Now, if you're watching this, I'm going to assume that you are a high performing human being or you're trying to get to that point, whether you're an entrepreneur or a person who's trying to figure out what endeavor you're trying to attack next in life. This is solely based for people who want to take their health and from the health, take their physical health, their mental health, their relationship health, and their financial health to the next level. And if you are an entrepreneur, I am here to serve you and help you take your business from the level that you're at today to the next level. Now, I'm going to ask you a question that I ask every single entrepreneur that I've been working with for the last 6 years upon us meeting. And that's this. In the age and stage that you're at right now, in your business and in your personal life and overall, what's more important to you? Getting a six pack or scaling your business and making more money? Automatically, people usually say, make more money, scale my business. Great. So that's where I come in. It's my job to give you the tools and the systems that you need to be able to attain the energy, the influence, so that way you can increase your leadership, so that way you're able to lead a stronger team, also have better mental clarity, physiological and psychological energy, so you can push through the hard moments of what every single entrepreneur encounters. Now, I've been in the fitness industry for the last 12 years, but I've been working with entrepreneurs for the last 5 to 6 years. And along the journey of working with all these entrepreneurs, I've been able to extract information and pinpoint certain things and certain systems that have helped these high level entrepreneurs reach the peak performances they're in. And for a lot of these entrepreneurs that you guys watch me work with, you either follow them on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok, on Facebook. And for a lot of them, they're pretty influential to you. And as you see right now, where they're at in their lives, they're doing pretty well for themselves. Now, I'm not saying I'm taking the credit for that. They're completely doing that all on their own, but it's my job to help them on the back end and help them find all the leaks that they have. So over these last couple of years, I've managed to put a system together, the high performing system that has helped entrepreneurs go from point A to point B to point C, go from zero to hero without sounding too corny and cliche. And it's through a series of methods, of stacking methods that have helped these entrepreneurs, again, reach high performing health, peak health, when it comes down to their mental, when it comes down to their physiological, when it comes down to the relationships and knowing how to engage in relationships, and also knowing and being a lot more wise about their finances, because everything's connected. Everything in life is connected, especially when it comes down to your health. If your health is great, everything else is going to be amazing. If you look good, you're going to feel good. If you feel good, you're going to do good. If you do good, it's all freaking good. So I pride myself in being able to be the performance coach of multiple great high-level entrepreneurs. And hopefully these modules add some value to you so that one day I can get a text, a call, an email, a FaceTime, a Zoom, or anything, a DM, letting me know like, hey, yo, Milton, these modules help me go from point A to point B, from point B to point C. And this is where we're at today. My relationship with my wife, with my kids, with myself, with my father, with my mother, with my neighbor, with my brother, with my sister, whoever the case may be. My physical health went from this to this, right? My mental health went from here to here. I'm able to process better. I'm able to think a lot clearer. And also hoping to hear one day you say, this was a tool that I utilized that helped me go from this figure income in my business and in my personal life to where we're at today, where I'm able to provide the freedom to my family so they can enjoy their lives and have the security that they need to live a foundational life. And if this is you, whether you're an entrepreneur or not, but you just want to be able to live a high performing life, I encourage you to stick to the end, because I promise you all this information has been accumulated over these last couple of years that not have only helped and assisted all my clients, but has helped them get to the next level. So as you see here on the screen, this is the HP system. It's a little pyramid. No, it's not Illuminati. But the foundational thing that I do, as you can see here on the screen, is helping you optimize your physical health. And I'm going to walk you through the slides one by one and explaining to you exactly what we're doing and how we're doing it. Right above that will be helping you cultivate a resilient mental space for yourself as a man or woman in business or not in business. After that, helping you achieve financial prosperity, learning the game of money, and understanding how to approach your finances a little bit better based off of the information that I've learned and attained over the last couple of years. And also at the end, at the very tip, enhancing your overall well being, productivity, and improving your success. So let's move on to the very first slide, optimizing your physical health. So in module one, you'll see that we'll be speaking on how to create a blueprint for entrepreneurs, right? In this module, we will focus on optimizing your physical health to enhance your overall well-being, your productivity, and success. By understanding the mind-body connection and cultivating healthy habits, you'll be better equipped to manage stress and create sustainable. That's the thing, a lot of people go online and check out these TikTok people, these Instagram people, and they try to do these priming routines in the mornings, middays, and evenings, and try to get into the Zen 14 hours a day. And it's not attainable. Sorry, it's not sustainable. It's attainable. There's so many things we can attain. But the number one thing that I want for all of my entrepreneurs, whether you're working 15-hour days, 16-hour days, or even just 2-hour days, what sustainable routines can we create as a team that will support your business life and also your personal life? My job is to help you implement this into the life that you already have versus trying to implement your life into the routine that I'm trying to give you. So that way there's absolutely no burnout and absolutely zero inconvenience. This is supposed to fit like a puzzle piece into your life so it can add and enhance your life, not take more time away from your kids, not take more time away from your family, not take more time away from your business, but add to your life. So before taking this course, you'll see here that before taking this course, you're probably struggling with physical health, neglected due to your schedule, feeling mentally overwhelmed and stressed out. Welcome to the entrepreneurial world. Unhealthy eating habits and lack of exercise, struggling to manage stress effectively, and also having chaotic daily routines affecting your sleep and well-being. Especially all you parents out there trying to juggle that and also trying to juggle your kids in your business, aka adults acting like children. Yeah. After taking this course, you're going to have the complete opposite of that. You will be able to optimize your physical health and your energy levels. You'll be able to cultivate a resilient mindset and also reduce your anxiety levels so that way you can think a little bit clearer. We'll be also cultivating a resilient mindset, a little bit more in depth. We'll be also implementing stress management techniques and also resilient techniques. And also we'll be establishing a sustainable, there's a key word, sustainable routines and improved sleep. So optimize physical health. This is the foundation of physical well-being. Those are pretty cool little pillars. So understanding the mind body. So explore how your physical health influences your mental well-being and vice versa. Learn the impact of a healthy body on cognitive function, decision making, and creativity. Discover how emotions and stress affect your physical health. So if your physical health is out of whack, your psychological health will be out of whack. Let me give you a basic example. And this is coming from my own personal testimony. I'm not trying to assume what people think, but from the clients that I've worked with, whether you're an entrepreneur or not an entrepreneur, but you're trying to reach a different level of existence for yourself, every single human being that I've encountered that has been morbidly obese or just not a fan of how they look in the mirror, there's always something lacking within their headspace. So if physically you're not happy with yourself, it's going to affect the way you think. It's going to affect your confidence levels. It's going to affect the way you approach people. It's going to affect the way you do business. It's going to affect the way you dress, which is also going to affect your presentation. Now we flip that around. If in a mental space you're out of whack, whether you're going through something internally, whether you're going through some form of illness, whether you're encountering some form of season in your life that's causing you to stress mentally, you're going through a breakup, going through a divorce, you're going through a loss, you're grieving something, that's also going to attack your physical body. Have you noticed that whenever you're under a lot of stress and you're on the go, 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 your cortisol levels are through the roof, stress levels are through the roof, and you're at fight or flight consistently 24/7, 24/7, 24/7. And the moment that you find some form of peace and everything dwindles down and the dust settles, all of a sudden you get sick. Your headspace plays a massive role in the way your physiological body, in the way your body is feeling, and the way your body is moving. So being able to understand the mind body connection, being able to understand how the brain and the thought process affects your body and how what you drink and what you eat and the way you move your body, what you do to your body can also affect your mental well-being. So that's why not only is your physical body important and working out your body, but also your mental space is very important as well. Not allowing the negativity to flow in, not allowing outside external voices that are going to bring you down, flow into your headspace and flow into your environment that are going to destroy what you've worked so hard on building up, which we'll be coming into in the next couple modules on how to build a routine. So that way you're able to practice that a little bit better. Assessing your current health status. Conduct a comprehensive self-assessment to gauge your current physical health. Identify areas of improvement and potential health risk. Understand the importance of seeking professional advice for holistic evaluation. So, taking yourself through an assessment. It can be as simple and as superficial, when it comes down to your body at least, as looking in the mirror. Do you like what you see? Now, I understand there's certain rare cases where we've a lot of people who are in the fitness world or not in the fitness world suffer from body dysmorphia. For the people who are encountering that, who are currently encountering that, I urge you, because that's something that I struggled with a couple years ago when I was competing in the Midwest for NPC. Is if that's something that you acknowledge that on some level you might be in that realm, find a support group. Find people who've been there, who've done that, and who can help you and lead you and guide you by the hand on how to have a better outlook on that, because that could really be a very dark place for a lot of people. And I don't wish that upon anybody. But for the average person who is trying to, I guess, assess or figure out, okay, am I happy with what I have? You need to be extremely honest with yourself. That's the problem nowadays, folks. You aren't honest enough with yourself. People change when they have drastic pain pushing them to change. When you feel extreme pain over something, you will change. For example, if the stove was on right now in my household and the stovetop was on, and I decided to put my hand on the stove, in the very beginning, it's not that hot. So my hand's still hovering over it. It's not that hot. My hand stays, my hand stays, my hand stays. The moment that the stove becomes overbearing and my hand can't take it, I'm going to remove my hand because my brain's going to send signals to my hand like, yo, what the hell are you doing? Move your freaking hand. I'm going to move my hand. Enough pain will cause you to change. If you have not changed, you have not encountered, it doesn't bother you enough for you to change. Stop making excuses. In these specific moments, when you do these assessments, you need to be extremely honest with yourself on what exactly it is that you're trying to accomplish. You're going to have people in your world who are going to try and say, oh, no, everything's great. You're amazing, which is fine. Maybe as a person, you are a great person. But you don't need yes people. You don't need a yes man. You don't need someone who's going to agree with you. You need someone who's going to look you in the face and say, hey, you're out of shape. Hey, you're looking kind of sloppy. Hey, you're eating like crap. Hey, you're being a bad parent. Hey, you're doing this. You need someone that in your life, as agitating as they may be, haters are the best people in your corner because they're going to have you reassess a lot of things, and they're going to help you find the leaks in your life. Find an accountability partner who's going to help you. All of my clients have that. They have a system. They have people in their corner who are consistently keeping them accountable, who are consistently calling them out, who are consistently challenging them to level up to the next playing field. So that's physically. Mentally, same exact thing. Do you notice patterns? Yes. What are the patterns? Write them down. Again, this is going to take a lot of vulnerability for a lot of you guys. It might even be an emotional experience. So grab a journal, start writing things down, or start typing. Do some mental inventory on what it is you need to work on. And then once you figure out your mental and physical categories, write them down. And then now let's go on to the solutions. What solutions can we come up with? Practical solutions. So that's the next module. I'll come up with that. Setting realistic health goals. Learn the SMART goal setting framework for establishing achievable health objectives. Create a personalized action plan to address specific health areas. Emphasize the significance of realistic and measurable milestones. The SMART goal setting framework is one of the best things that 90% of my clients utilize, and 90% of my clients utilized in the past and succeeded greatly with. And for me to you, let me share it. The SMART method, something that a lot of people should be using, but they don't use, and something a lot of people start, but they do not finish. So let's use the SMART method to set a fitness goal for yourself. So here I have an example: Tracy, Joe, Mike, Matt, right? Victoria, Tiffany, whoever you are that you're watching this. Let's have a specific breakdown on how to use it. But before we do, let's go off to the side and read what SMART means. SMART means S means specific. Be clear and precise about what you want to achieve. Specific. I want to become more physically active and improve my fitness. M. Measurable. Include measurable tracking goals. I will engage in at least 30 minutes of physical activity every single day. Achievable. Set realistic and possible, that's the thing, possible goals that you can accomplish. I will start with 15 minutes of activity per day and gradually increase to 30 minutes as I build my stamina. Achievable. Achievable. That's the thing. When people, okay, especially men, women too, but especially men. I have a lot of men in my late 30s, father of two, father of three already, or even in their 40s, who they were athletes at one point when they were in high school. Granted, that's 20 something years ago, or yeah, 18, 19 plus years ago. And we start working together. And I'm like, all right, Joe Schmo or Suzanne Smith, I need you to do this, this, and this, and this. And this is what we're doing today for today's workout routine. Great. So they haul ass and they go full force. And no, man, I can bench heavier than that. Or no, man, I can do this. And no, man, I remember when I was in high school, I'm like, yes, when you were in high school, you were able to do that. Yes, when you were in high school, you were able to work out 7 days a week, 2 a days. Yes. That was 18 years ago, Joe Schmo. That was 18 years ago, Suzanne Smith with 4 kids. Set realistic goals that will not cause you to crash, that will not cause you to burn out, that will not cause you to rob yourself of your time. Because as an adult, I'm going to assume that you have other priorities. And also, we want to make sure that we are able to keep you locked in, not only to attain what you're trying to do, but to also sustain. So, achievable goals are very, very, very important. So, be real with yourself. That's why being real with yourself is very, very important. Having those assessments are very, very important. Okay. R, relevant. Make sure your goal matters to you and fits what you want to achieve in the long run. Okay, relevant. Being more physically active will help me feel healthier. Duh. Stronger and more energized to keep up with school and other activities. So now making it relevant to your life. It's affecting every other aspect of your life. You're acknowledging what it's going to do for you, not only in the physical aspect, but all around you. It becomes relevant, it becomes relatable, it's helping you in those areas. Now, last one, T, time. Set a deadline for your goal that will give you a sense of urgency and motivate to work towards it. I will stick to my fitness routine for the next 3 months. The moment you are able to grab a goal and use the SMART method, and from that position, you assess the entire goal that you have. And once you feel like you've been very specific, you've been measurable, you have an achievable outcome is relevant to you, and you have a time frame. Now it's about putting your schedule in a position where you're able to achieve the specific goal. As you stick to your fitness routine and monitor your progress, you will likely experience improved physical fitness, increased endurance, and sense of accomplishment. That's going to trigger a lot of chemicals in your brain that are going to make you feel good about it. Remember, setting smart fitness goals help you develop healthy habits, which is what we need as human beings, especially as adults, and will also work towards a healthier and more active lifestyle, which will increase your energy, increase your influence, and then also help you become a better leader in your household and also in your business endeavors. You do that in your business, you create more use, you influence more people, they run with you stronger and harder, they follow you a lot more, and now your business grows. So everything's connected. So, practical applications. After understanding the mind-body connection and assessing your current health status, which is again that hardcore conversation you're supposed to have with yourself, or even with yourself and your partner afterwards, take some time to set 3 specific and achievable goals using the SMART method. Write them down and consider these goals, and consider how these goals will positively impact both your personal and professional life. So, create your 3 goals and make 2 columns, right? And then for each of those goals, you write down on the columns on how they're going to impact your personal and your professional life in a good way. in a good way. And now when you start seeing how it's going to impact you in those both parts of your life, you're going to connect some form of emotion to it, because you're going to realize like, yo, me being healthier, eating better, being more active, being showing up for myself is actually going to help me at home, my wife, my husband, my child, my children, the people in my office, the people that I lead, the people that I work with. You know why people have trust issues, and why people why people find it really hard to follow you as a leader, as a parent, as a partner, is that how do you expect them to follow you if you can't even show up for yourself? A lot of people want to be leaders and lead people, but when was the last time you showed up for you? When was the last time you kept your word to yourself and you said, you know what? I'm going to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to eat this and then I'm going to go for a run. And then it actually did it. Because that's the thing. A lot of people did that the night before at 8 p.m., 9 p.m. Then what ends up happening? You get on TikTok, you start scrolling. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. Then you wake, then you go to bed saying, I'm still going to do it. I'm still going to do it. Then your alarm goes off in the morning. And guess what you do? You snooze button the hell out of that about 14 times. And then by the time you get to the last snooze, it's time to go to work and you completely forget. And you literally did not show up for yourself. You went against your word. You failed yourself. So that's why you have trust issues with people. And you give off that energy. So now that's why people can't follow you. And that's why you can't lead a team, not even a family, not even yourself. So that's a challenge from me to you. It's not in this module. That's a challenge from me to you. Stick to these three things. Find one freaking goal. I don't care if you do all these three or just one specific thing. Something that you will be able to lead yourself in for the next 30 days, consistently, every single freaking day. And watch how your influence changes. Watch how your spouse follows you. Watch how your children pay attention. Watch how your team will actually look at you and say, okay, we feel it. Let's go. For all my spiritual people out there, people will feel that anointing in you when you've actually fed it, when you've actually watered it. It's a tangible feeling, it's a tangible energy that you give off that you don't trust people. So how do you expect people to trust you if you can't trust yourself? Anyways, I don't want to preach. Practical accountability. Share your health goals with a close friend, family member, or accountability partner regularly. Check in with them to discuss your progress, challenges, and any adjustments needed to stay on track. Literally anybody that you find influential, that you know they will call you on your bullshit. And for a lot of you watching, whether it's past, present, or future endeavors with me, I'm that person. I don't sugarcoat shit. I'm here to keep you accountable. I'm here to run the race with you. It's something I tell all my clients. I will not run the race for you, but I will run the race with you. I will not run the race for you. And do not expect anyone else to do the same thing for you. You are setting yourself for failure. All right. It's getting hot. Okay. Cultivating healthy habits. Okay. Incorporating exercise into your routine is one. Understand the importance of regular exercise and activity for entrepreneurs. Discover different exercise options and find the best fit for your lifestyle. Learn strategies to overcome common barriers and to exercise. So, understand the importance of regular physical activity for entrepreneurs. As we all know, exercise is supposed to give you energy. If you're going to the gym and you walk out of there completely depleted of your energy, something's off with a couple things. You're overexerting yourself at the gym because you're not consuming enough calories, you're not getting enough rest, you're not hydrated enough, and you're approaching this aspect of working out way too gruesomely. Now, I'm not saying there's a such thing as going too hard, when in reality, if your lifestyle doesn't match your energy at the gym, you need to be able to find something that's going to match it. So here are the three things for me, for my clients. These are the three things. Ready? Three things: recovery, exercise, food. Recovery, exercise, food. These three things go great as a throuple. It's a trio. Okay. These three things are completely just like a triangle. Completely. If you're going to go extremely hard in the gym, you're going to have to go extremely hard in the bedroom, when you sleep, when you go to a massage therapist, when you go to a chiropractor, when you roll out, when you stretch, when you do a cold shower, cold plunge, infrared sauna. If you go hard in those two, you're going to have to go hard in the kitchen. 90% of your freaking diet Sorry, 90% of your success when it comes down to your physical health is your diet. You cannot outwork a bad diet. Let me say that one more time for the people who can't understand English. You cannot outwork a bad diet. So you can be in the gym 7 days a week, 3 hours a day. You can sleep a decent 5 hours, 6 hours. You can maybe roll out your muscles once a week, use a Theragun on your body. But if you're eating like crap, you're wasting your freaking time. You need quality food so you can have quality energy, so you can have a quality workout, so you can have a quality experience outside of the gym. The gym is there to help you prepare for what's outside of those four walls. The intention of the gym for entrepreneurs is to gain the mental resilience, the physiological and psychological energy. So when you go out into the world and you're about to lead a team, you're about to close a business deal, you're about to write a book, you're about to write a blog, you're about to make a video, you're about to interact, you're about to close a contract, whatever the case may be as a business person or just an average person, and you want to be a high performer. Whatever you build inside of there mentally, in that gym, mentally and physiologically, it's meant to make you stronger. It's meant to increase your endurance. It's meant to increase your energy, which will then also lead to increasing your influence and so on and so forth. Everything that we do as entrepreneurs is meant to be strategic. There's nothing that we do when it comes down to gym, food, and recovery that's considered leisure time. Everything is done for a specific purpose and reason. When you go to the gym, you go to the gym for a purpose. When you eat, you're going to eat for a purpose. When you rest, you are resting for a purpose. That's the same thing that Tim Grover told Kobe Bryant. When Kobe Bryant didn't want to sleep, he wanted to train 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Tim Grover's like, yo, man, which is Kobe's trainer. Yo, man, you need to sleep. No, I can't, man. I just keep working. I just keep working. Tim Grover told Kobe Bryant, hey, you need to treat your sleep like a workout. And the moment that Kobe heard Tim Grover tell him, treat sleep like a workout, this man was sleeping his hours, which is why this man holds the position that he holds today. R.I.P. Kobe. Now, that's the physical aspect. Now, when it comes down to the nutritional aspect, explore the connection between nutrients and energy levels. Understand the essential of a balanced diet for sustainable mental and physical performance. Learn meal planning tips to accommodate a busy entrepreneurial schedule. So here it is, folks. We know that as entrepreneurs or as busy human beings, there's extremely a short window for us to actually have time to cook, especially if you're trying to build a business, give time to your kids and your family, give time to your friends, give time to yourself, whatever the case may be. And to be quite honest, if you're not a massive chef and foodie, being in the kitchen for 2 hours, 3 hours a day, once a week or whatever, can be very tedious. So we tend to go out and eat a lot. But you need to understand, again, as an entrepreneur or as a high performing human being, we need to be very intentional and we need to be very purposeful with every single move that we make. Every single move that we make, including your nutrition. So, yes, there was an article that came out a couple weeks ago, actually, about a couple weeks ago, that a man for 100 days straight had nothing but McDonald's and he was able to lose around 40-ish pounds or so. Fantastic. He lost the weight. But Milton, so that means I can eat fast food? Yes. Milton, does that mean that I can lose weight on fast food and chocolate and brownies and eat whatever I want as long as I'm meeting certain caloric intake? Yes. But your mental clarity is gonna be off. You're gonna have mental fog. You're gonna be extremely lethargic. Your hormones are gonna be out of whack, which is very freaking important for you as human beings. And now your performance in the office, outside of the office, in the bedroom, outside of the bedroom, and all around is gonna be really crappy. Really, really crappy. So the quality of food is definitely very important. But Milton, is there a type of diet that I need to be able to follow? No. Just think green. Think rainbow. So if there was a diet, I would say check out the Mediterranean diet. That's one of the closest diets that I know that's pretty wholesome, pretty well-rounded. Mediterranean diet is a great diet. But I'm a vegan, but I'm a vegetarian. Well, good for you, Tracy. Good for you, Joe. I'm not. I like my chicken and I like my salmon. I like my meat. But for all you vegans out there, good luck. Get blood work done consistently. But I do agree that having a strong plant based foundation is definitely important. But it does not mean that you only stick to plants. I'm sorry, I'm not an advocate for veganism or any of that raw veganism. I can't. I tried it for about 2 years. I almost off myself. JK, I didn't. No disrespect to anybody. But yes, Mediterranean diet, probably one of the most wholesome diets that you can approach with. And it has great food. They actually season their food pretty well. And then YouTube is a great chef, a great teacher, so you can learn how to cook. Um, so also understanding that micronutrients are as important as macronutrients. Micronutrients are your vitamins, minerals, and all XYZ. Your macronutrients are your carbohydrates, your proteins, your fats. And here's the thing: understanding how many calories you're supposed to consume on a daily basis is definitely very, 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 very important. And this is a favor that I'm asking from me, the coach, the guy you're watching on the screen, to you. If you're going to go to a trainer, to a gym, and ask him or her, hey, how many calories am I supposed to be consuming on a daily basis? Well, first of all, you shouldn't be asking them unless they have a license, they're a dietitian, they're a nutritionist, or they have a heavy amount of education when it comes down to actual nutrition, not a 2-day certification they got off a line. But let's just give them the benefit of the doubt. Let's play devil's advocate, and let's say they actually have information. They know how to put this together, right? And they say, and let's just say you're like, I don't know, this is a random number, so please forgive me. This is not accurate. So let's just say you're 5'7", you're a male, 5'7", you're about 100 and I don't know, 160 pounds. So let's just say the amount of calories you're supposed to be consuming is anywhere between 21 to 2300. Let's just say that's your medium. That's how much you're supposed to be consuming, so you can maintain your weight. Let's say 2300 just to be safe. It's an example. It's just an example. It's not a solid number. So please, for all you gurus out there, I'm not saying that's a number, but let's just say that is a number. And then you go to a trainer, he or she says, "You want to lose weight? Okay, how much are you consuming right now?" Well, according to my dietitian, or according to this person, or according to this, I'm supposed to be consuming 2,300 calories. Great. And this man or woman comes to you and says, I want you to drop your calories down to 1,000 calories a day. And you, being the vulnerable human being looking for the results, follows it. What's going to happen? I'm going to lose the weight. You're correct. You are going to lose the weight. But then what's going to happen? I'm going to lose weight more and look great. Correct. You probably will lose weight more. You'll look great. Congratulations. But your energy levels are going to be off. You run the risk of also affecting your hormones. Your sleeping patterns will be off. Your cognitive will be off. Not off, but like it would be not the same because you're not consuming as many calories as you need, micro and macronutrients that you need. What else is going to happen? Let's just say 90 days go by, 120 days go by. You're like, well, I met my goal. I'm so freaking fit. Yay. And then what? I can eat again. So this is where a lot of these dumbass trainers say, oh, your metabolism is broken. I wish it was one of those TikTok sound effects that could just make it this funny, but it's not funny. So a lot of people are going to say, oh, your metabolism is broken. Let's fix your metabolism. There's no such thing as a broken metabolism. Absolutely no such thing as a broken metabolism. Your metabolism is adaptive, though. What does that mean? So for the next 120 days, you decide to only consume between 800 to 1,000 calories. So what does that mean? Your metabolism is going to adapt to that. So now your body is only used to consuming that, burning off that amount. So now you're skinny, you're ripped, you're six pack, you're flat abs. You're like, babe, I freaking feel amazing. Hell yeah, I'm gonna eat whatever the hell I want now. I made it. Since your metabolism adapted to that number. Now anything above that, you're going to gain weight, and now you're going to go through the cycle of yo-yo dieting. You're going to be going up and down, up and down, up and down. So to all the coaches, trainers, fitness professionals, any form of fitness people, gurus on here watching me, or any entrepreneurs who are looking to do this on your own, if you ever go on one of those online calculators, or you go speak to someone who's going to give you, I don't know, a meal plan for $10 on Instagram, and can say, I can make you transform in 60 days, idiots. Have them always start you out on maintenance level of calories and a maintenance stage. Maintenance. Not below, not deficient, not surplus, at a maintenance. Okay. Let your metabolism adapt to that. Adapt. Not get fixed. Adapt. Go on there for a while. Your nutritionist, dietitian should be telling you what you should be doing. So you should be going to them instead, not a trainer. But stick to that for quite some time, maybe in 6 months or so. 6 months or so. Feel it out. You know, keep a track every 6 weeks. Go to do a DEXA scan or one of those in-body scans that a lot of gyms have, but like the ones that are like more accurate. Remember, when you do those scans, those in-body scans, you should be doing a 10-hour fast, no water, no food overnight, usually 7, 8 hours of sleep, and then 2 hours in the morning, then go do it. Then you can eat. So you can have a little bit more accurate numbers. Because calories, macronutrients, and micronutrients are very important for our bodies to function. But Milton, what about the low carb diet? What about the keto diet? What about what else do you guys do? The Atkins diet, the high protein diet, the vegan diet, the vegetarian diet, the carnivore diet, the red meat, all this crap. You want to lose weight? Yes, that is correct. You need to go. You need to be in a calorie deficiency. You need to eat less than you need to be able to eat less calories than your body burns off. 100% correct. But that doesn't mean they're going to go on a 120-day binge of absolutely minimal calories while your body and your brain are starving for calories, especially as an entrepreneur. You need to consume food that have a quality amount of micronutrients that is going to give you the energy that you need so you can run a business and run a successful life as well. You need to be able to perform in bed just like you perform in the office. You need to be able to be a great father just like you are a great husband. And you need to be a great business person just like you are a great human. But in order for you to do that, you need to feel good. But in order for you to feel good, you need to eat good. But in order for you to eat good, you need to know what the hell you're eating. So please invest in time on YouTube. Go see a dietitian. Go see a nutritionist. Come talk to me, whoever you want to talk to that has some form of understanding. Please. Please do not waste your time and money on these Instagram gurus that are charging you like $10 for like a 90-day plan. It's idiotic. They don't understand the concept of what calories are, how macros work, how micronutrients work. Okay. I myself, I'm still not extremely knowledgeable. There's always room for growth. So maybe something I said along these lines I messed up on. Maybe in about 2, 3 years, I'll watch this video. I'm like, yo, you're an idiot. But I'm consistently growing. I'm consistently investing into my education so that I can bring you this information. All right. Anyways, move on. Meal prepping planning tips. Okay. So if you are not in the game of being able to cook for yourself, or let's start with you. Let's pretend you are. Let's pretend you do want to cook for yourself, and let's pretend you have the time for it. Great. Usually, to all my clients, I suggest Sundays, put 2, 3 hours aside for meal prep in the evening. Make it into a family thing, a bonding thing between you and your partner, between you and your children, or even some of your teammates from your business. So where you guys get together, 2, 3 hours, you shop, or if you have the luxury, send your nanny to shop, your assistant to shop. If your children are old enough, send their ass to shop. You stay at home with your wife, have some wine, have some time, and then come together 2, 3 hours and meal prep. Right? So now it depends on how you want to approach the meal prep. Do you want to do breakfast, lunch, dinner, 2 snacks in between? Do you want to do intermittent fasting, fast about noon, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and then have 2, 3 meals in the afternoon so you can have fuller meals? That really depends on you, how you want to approach your schedule. Everyone's different. Everyone has different schedules. Some people do a lot better with breakfast in their system. That's me. And some people do better with a fasted stomach. So that's completely up to you how you want to do it. Play around with it. Be mindful when you eat and what you eat. Sometimes when people eat, they get bloated and they don't acknowledge it because they're too busy with life and their phones. Their phones are always distracting them, and they don't acknowledge like, yo, this is probably messing me up, but they don't care because they just don't pay attention. So be mindful of that. Or you can look into a meal prep company, which a lot of my clients have, where they order online, usually on Mondays or Tuesdays or Sundays, doesn't matter. Find a meal prep company that's local to you, or that fits your, I don't know, your morals, your principles, your values, whatever, or your price range, and pick 3, 4 kind of meals that you like from them, and Pick maybe like 2, 3 of those meals of each of those meals, and then have them shipped up to your house, and now you have food for the week, right? So it really depends. And then if you're really bougie, hire a chef, and that mother gonna be coming in every Sunday cooking for you for about 2, 3 hours, and boom, you got food. But you have options. You have no excuse on why you can't save money, why you can't eat healthier, and why you can't look better. Okay. And last one, but the most important one actually, is the importance of quality sleep. Recognize the significance of restorative sleep for optimal performance. Learn techniques to improve sleep quality. Establish a consistent sleep schedule. Understand the impact of sleep deprivation of cognitive function and decision making. Y'all see these bags? I haven't understood the last part yet. Understand the impact of sleep deprivation of cognitive function and decision making. No, they give you bags too. It ain't cute. I'm 31. During this video right now, 2000, and it's August 15th, 2023. I'm 31. I turned 32 in November of this year. Some lady said I look like I'm in my mid 30s. I said, lady, I need to get some sleep. Yeah. So, understanding the significance of restorative sleep. Yes, sleep is very, very important. It doesn't only affect your physiological body, but it also affects your hormones. It also affects your mental health, and it's also going to affect the way you treat people. if you lack sleep, you are going to be in a crappy mood. It's automatic. If you lack sleep, you're going to retain less information. You're going to process things a lot slower. Your hormones are going to go out of whack, and then now you're not going to perform sexually, and that's going to frustrate you as a man. Or yeah, as a man, I'm speaking to the men right now. It's going to frustrate you, which is also going to frustrate your partner, or if you're in a different kind of relationship settings, your partners, and it's going to put you in a really bad spot, which is also then going to frustrate you. It's going to lead to more frustration in other areas, and all that's going to leak into other areas, which is also going to affect your business. And we do not want your business to be affected, because now if your business is affected, your finances are affected, and your finances are affected, your pockets are affected, and then every other aspect of your life is affected, right? So everything's intertwined. Understand that. Please understand that. Techniques to improve sleep quality. Okay. So I usually call this the hour of power, whether it's the first hour and the last hour of your day. So we're going to talk about the last hour of your day. And if you don't have an hour to yourself, then I don't know what to tell you, man. You need to figure something out. But if you don't have an hour, even if it's 30 minutes, 45 minutes, give yourself some time away from the world. Meaning what? Shut off the TV. First of all, hold on. There should be no reason why you're on TikTok. There should be no reason why you're on Facebook, Instagram, or any social media platform scrolling at 11, at 10, at midnight, at 1 o'clock in the morning, aimlessly. There should be no reason why you're on Netflix. Oh, but it's my show and it helps me unwind. No, man. No, stop it. Because I can almost guarantee you that you're watching Netflix, you're on your phone, you're talking to your spouse, you're talking to someone on the phone. You're doing, because I've done that. I've done it. I've been on Instagram, and I'm talking to someone on the phone. They're on speaker, and I'm scrolling. Netflix is on. I'm looking. I'm talking. I'm scrolling. Oh, I got a text message. I'm texting. Your brain's on overdrive. Your brain's freaking spasming. It's like, yo, what the hell? There's so much. There's so much radiation. Not radiation. There's so much. Jesus, my brain. These lights. Sure. You know what? Yeah. There's a lot of blue light. There you go. I'm sorry. Blue light. There's a lot of blue light hitting your eyes. That's connected to your brain. But there's also the stimulants. There's a lot of stimulants going on at once. Your brain's stimulated, hella stimulated. So have you ever put your phone down, put your laptop away, turn the lights off, turn the TV off, and you just feel that your brain is fried? Like you go to bed, you're like, man, my brain is fried. Yes. There's a lot of stimulation. You have a phone, you have a laptop, you have a TV, right? You have so much stimulation going on. So what ends up happening, you go to bed and you just feel anxious. You feel anxious. You feel your body's kind of like shaky a little bit. Your brain's all over the place. So what ends up happening? Oh, and on top of that, let's just say you're on the phone with somebody, or let's say you're checking emails, or you're texting your clients back, or let's say you're talking to your spouse. You guys got into an argument, and Jimmy did this at school today, or Sarah did this today, and XYZ today. So now emotionally, you're like, yo, what the hell's going on? And you didn't do anything to decompress. You didn't do anything to, to bring peace to you. So what ends up happening, you go to bed stressed, my man, my lady. You go to bed stressed. So now you're sleeping. And you think, okay, I'm sleeping, I'm chilling. No. Your brain's still trying to calm down. Your brain's still trying to like diffuse everything that's going on. But you go to bed with all that stress, you go to bed with all that energy. So what ends up happening? You're not resting. Now you're not resting. What ends up happening? You wake up the next day. I slept 8 hours, but I'm still super tired. Yes, of course you are, my boy. You are going to be extremely tired. So what ends up happening when you're extremely tired in the morning? Now you wake up in a cranky mood, like, dang, I dread my life, or oh my God, let me pretend to be excited when I'm not excited, right? So now you pretend to be excited when you're not excited because you're extremely exhausted because the night before. But that's your problem. That's your fault. That's you. That's a you freaking issue. And that's something that you need to address. I'm not going to be there. No one can be there by your side trying to rip your phone out of your hand. It's not my fault that you're on TikTok at 1 o'clock in the freaking morning scrolling because you're freaking bored. Get your fucking life together. Seriously, get your freaking life together. Oh, he just cursed, but then he fixed it. No, yeah, get your fucking life together. You're a freaking adult who are trying to be a successful entrepreneur, a high performing human being, and you expect people to coddle you and to literally walk you by the hand. This module is going to help you, and I'm giving you the information that you need, but you need to make the decision. I can give you $1,000,000 information right now. This is the information that I've accumulated over these last 6 years working with my clients, but this is something that you need to do. I can't fix you. You need to fix yourself, man. God's even looking at you like, bro, you need to fix yourself. So here's my suggestion. The last hour of your day, say good night to your kids. If you have kids, if you don't, bro, high five. Yeah. Maybe 2024, 2025. I don't know. Maybe in 10 years. I don't know. But you don't have kids, great. But if you do, say good night, da 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 da. Because they should also be falling asleep at 9, 10 if they're young. They shouldn't be 8, 9, 10. They shouldn't be falling asleep at midnight because they're playing video games. What the hell's wrong with you? Okay, I'm sorry. Much love. So, say goodnight, go into your room, turn all devices off. Your phone should be on D&D. It should not be on. Turn the screens down low to the bare minimum light. TV's off, everything off. If you have a little light lamp, you want to read a little bit, you can. You want to journal a little bit, you can. You want to take a nice hot shower, a nice hot bath, you can. Find things that are going to decompress you. You want to pray, you want to meditate, you can. You want to do some breathing exercise on the floor or on your bed, you can. Then go to bed with 3 things you're grateful for. You know what? I'm not going to make it complicated for you guys. 1 or 2 things you're grateful for. And here's the thing. Now we're going to play with our senses. You're laying in bed. You're thinking of that one thing you're grateful for. Now you're going to visualize it. All right? And now you're going to go to that moment. And now you're going to feel that emotion. Why you're grateful. Now you're going to feel the sensation. Now automatically start smiling because like, man, I truly am grateful for that. So now you take yourself from that space to a restful space. Go to your secret place. Go to that place that you find peace and tranquility. Whether it's you and God alone, you and your spouse, you yourself, right? Go to that place mentally. Visualize that place, whether it's ocean waves, trees blowing in the wind, beautiful mountains, whatever the case may be. Go to that place. And then I want you to take 5 deep breaths. You're going to fill your nostrils. You're going to bring it in through your diaphragm. You're going to hold it. And you're going to make a nice little O shape with your lips, like you're blowing out of a straw. And for 6 breaths, you're going to breathe in all the blessings that God has for you. And you're going to release all the burdens of the day, the week, and the month. You're going to leave it in God's hands. Because there's definitely something higher up there. A greater purpose, a greater being, entity, that has something more for you. And your stress levels are literally negating a higher existence. So you're going to do that, those 6 breaths, and you can allow yourself to melt into your sheets. I guarantee you the next day when you wake up, you're going to be like, yo, what the hell? Whoa, 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 whoa. You might even wake up with a little bit of drool. You might go with some nasty ass eye burgers. Your breath might even be hotter, which is cool. Whatever, man. But also before all that, try to avoid eating 3 hours before you go to bed. Maybe about 20 minutes, 30 minutes before you go to bed. Drink about 15 ounces of water, spring water. You'll feel good. You want a little bit more help? Look into some magnesium, glycinate, and look into some zinc. That'll help you. And for a lot of my clients or future clients, I have a sleep stack that I can definitely send the links to. But all right, let's move on to the next. Practical application, we just went through that. We just went through that as well. Recognizing your source of stress, implementing stress reducing practices, building resilience to overcome challenges. You can read that on your own. Yeah, that's there because I'm going to be sending this video and also the actual module. Again, practical application, practical accountability. We spoke about that very lengthy. Okay, time management for health, balancing work and personal life. Okay, we actually spoke about that too. Learn effective time management techniques to balance work and personal commitments. Understand the significance of dedicating time to self care and well being. Create boundaries to prevent work from overwhelming your personal life. Scheduling time for self care. Recognize the importance of self care for entrepreneurs, productivity, and creativity. Develop a personalized self care routine that fits into your busy schedule. Explore activities that promote relaxation, mindfulness, and self renewal. Creating sustainable routines. Understand the importance of consistency in maintaining physical health. Develop habits and routines that support your overall well being. Learn to adapt your routines to evolving business demands while preserving healthy priorities. So, to overlap everything, you need to create a better routine for yourself. What I like to call a high performing schedule. So a high performing schedule, it consists of two things: the business aspect, right? Anything that's manager, anything that you manage as far as money, like, yeah, your business, job, business, whatever. And then you have your personal, right? Things are going to add to you. Things are going to make you. Your maker schedule, your maker time, making you, building you. And it's going to be involving anything that's going to build and feed your energy physiologically, psychologically, internal, external, whatever. And it's going to spiritually as well. And it's going to keep you here. So I usually suggest the format of starting your day with Maker, aka you're adding what can I do to start my day off with to give myself the energy that I need. So I usually call it the hour of power. But if you don't have an hour, half an hour, 20 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever, pick one or two things. Obviously, the less time you have, pick one or two things. The more time you have, you can pick one or two, three things, whatever. Pick one, two, or three things that's going to give you psychological energy, which will be what? Reading, journaling, praying. So that's also spiritual energy. And then something that's going to give you the spiritual energy, which I just spoke on, the prayer, the meditation, anything along those lines, being connected with nature, whatever you want to do. And then the physiological energy, which can literally be jumping out of bed, creating energy with movement, going straight to the shower and taking a nice little 3 minute, 2 minute, 1 minute, whatever you want, cold shower, jumping out of that shower, right? Going to make yourself a nice black coffee or whatever it is that you like, green tea, jumping on a treadmill, you have one at home, on the bike, or creating some form of energy moving through your morning through physical activity, right? The purpose of your morning is to create energy for yourself so the rest of your day can be that, and you can sustain it through your diet and through the rest of your schedule. So that's your first hour of your day, and then everything else comes in here in your schedule. Da, 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 da. So I suggest three times of your maker time. Early morning when you wake up. By the way, when you wake up, give yourself enough time where you can actually wake up and do that without being in a rush. Because if you're in a rush, you're trying to pray, you're trying to jump a shower, you're trying to do all these things at once, you're going to feel extremely rushed, and it's going to be a horrible experience for you. But if you wake up with enough time where you're like, yeah, I feel pretty good, great. You wake up, you do that for an hour, you still have time, you flow into the transition of getting ready for work or wherever you got to go, and then you leave with time and you don't rush to work. Man, it's the most blissful experience ever. So, and in the midday, you set a time, set aside maybe like 10, 15 minutes, and you do something that's going to increase your energy so that way you don't crash during the day. And then in the evening, you do evening routine that's going to help you de-stress, help you decompress, help you brain dump on paper if you want, journaling, brain dump on paper so you don't go to bed with anything in your brain so you can wake up a little bit more refreshed. So create a high performing routine, create a high performing schedule is one of the best things you can do. And if you want more information on that, feel free to reach out to me on social media or in person, via text or email, or shoot me a call and we can discuss that more further in detail. Uh, Practical and application, practical accountability. You can read it upon yourselves. Congratulations, you have now completed Module 1. Wow, you've taken the first step towards optimizing your physical health and setting the foundation for peak performance in your business and in your personal life, which truly, I really do congratulate you, and I encourage you, especially for those who are going to take this very serious and for those who are going to apply it to their lives from this point forward. So I really, really look forward to hearing from you guys. So Module 2, we're going to delve into cultivating resilient mental health to strengthen your mindset and foster greater success. Let's go. So, cultivating resilient mental health. Da, 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 da. especially for entrepreneurs. In this module, we will focus on cultivating resilient mental health to help you navigate the challenges of entrepreneurship with a positive and focused mindset. By developing a positive outlook, practicing mindfulness, and managing anxiety, you will build emotional resilience and optimize your mental well being for greater success. Oh, y'all about to be successful. All right. So before taking this course, there's going to be, for a lot of you, there's constantly battling negative thoughts and self doubts, difficulty focusing and managing distractions, overwhelmed by anxiety and emotional challenges, struggling with communication and managing conflict, and limited emotional awareness and expression. After taking this course, hopefully, and if you apply and you take this serious, you have developed a positive mindset and self empowerment. Practice mindfulness to improve concentration and focus, acquired effective coping strategies and emotional resilience, enhanced communication skills, and navigated difficult conversations, cultivated empathy, and improved emotional intelligence. Oh, y'all about to be smart emotionally. All right, let's go. So, developing a powerful mindset. The first thing is the power of positive thinking. Understand the impact of positive thinking on your mental state and decision making. Learn how a positive mindset can enhance problem solving and creativity, and practice techniques to reframe negative thoughts into positive affirmations. Okay. So when I say positive thinking, I'm not saying you're repeating the same affirmation back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and expecting something great to happen. No, no, no. I'm not saying that. But understand, trying to change your perspective a little bit about life and what happens in life and what happens for you, not to you. Because a lot of people say, "Oh my God, I can't believe this is happening to me." No, bro, it's happening for you, and I'll explain. And then the next thing also is also giving you a different perspective on what and how to use better vocabulary, what I like to call transformational vocabulary, because words have and do carry a lot of energy and a lot of power in them because of past issues that we've encountered as human beings. So, for example, let's go into the perspective, right? When we understand the true, genuine reason behind our existence as human beings, and we understand that there is a greater reason for our existence, and there's a greater reason to why we're even here, I would like to think and assume and hope, maybe, right? I would like to hope that we're able to see that the greater purpose of what life is and what life has for us is more than the small conflicts that we encounter. And every prayer that we've ever done, God, give me more patience. God, give me more strength. God, help me become happy and grateful. Oh, you best believe that God's listening to you, because you can't you can't acquire more patience without going through a struggle. You can't acquire more strength without going through situations that involve you solving them. And you can't acquire gratefulness and be more grateful unless you've been through things that will require you to have gratitude. And the sooner you realize that life isn't happening to you, trying to destroy you and attack you and kill you, and understand that life is happening for you, trying to build you, edify you, and mold you. Oh, that's a strong quote. I need to write that down. Hold on. No, no. You know what? Fine. I'll get back to this. It's 58:29. I'll get back to this. The sooner you realize that, you are going to live a stronger foundational life, and you're going to live a life with purpose and on purpose. And the moment you're able to shift that headspace, you're going to have a stronger outlook on life, and your thinking is going to shift completely. Now, when it comes down to practicing techniques to reframe into positive affirmations. So everyone does affirmations. I've done them before, and you're like, doesn't work. I've tried. People do it on whiteboards. People do it on mirrors with lipstick. I've seen them all. But what if we were to do affirmations 2.0, affirmation squared, where you're able to involve multiple senses into one affirmation? What does that mean, coach? Okay. So think of an affirmation, right? I am strong, or I am resilient, or yeah. So let's just say I am strong, whatever. Let's just say I'm strong. So I am strong, I am strong, I am strong, I am strong. I don't feel any stronger. But now let's add every single sense that we have as human beings into that affirmation. I am strong. Great. You find a whiteboard, you find a wall that you can write on, you find a mirror you can write on, whatever the case may be. So now we're gonna start doing, but we're gonna start by doing it this way here. You're gonna write down, I am strong, right? I am strong. I am strong. Great. I am strong. And as you're writing that down, not only are you writing it, right, but you're seeing it. So you have two different ways of being exposed to it. And as you're writing it and seeing it, now you're going to verbalize it out loud. I am strong. So those are three different senses that you're engaging in here. So now as you're writing it, you're seeing it, you're speaking it, now you're hearing it. There's four different others. There's four now you have four different senses in the midst of this affirmation. You're writing it, you're seeing it, you're speaking it, you're hearing it. But now I need you to visualize it and also feel it. We have six different senses that are going into one affirmation. When you're able to add 5 to 6 different senses into one affirmation, you will grasp onto that reality, into that identity a lot more than just repeating it and rocking back and forth in your chair and writing it down a million times in a notebook. You need to be able to see it. You need to be able to write it. You need to be able to see it, speak it, hear it, feel it, visualize it. And by feel it, I mean be able to attach an emotion to it. An emotion is such a powerful anchor into anything you do, anything that you think. That's what we're able to. That's why we're able to have so many memories in our minds, whether it's good or bad. Why do you think that you remember things that happened to you when you were 5, 6 years old? Why do you think you remember things so clearly when it was such an impactful moment emotionally? Because emotions play a big role. So those six. So now going to the next one, shifting limiting beliefs. Recognize self-limiting beliefs that may hinder your entrepreneurial growth. Develop strategies to challenge and replace limiting beliefs with empowering ones. Harness the potential of a growth mindset and embrace challenges as opportunities. Again, this goes back to changing your perspective. The moment you're able to shift your perspective and change your limiting beliefs and seeing the bigger picture and why you even exist, you are able to grasp on to a greater picture of life, and that's when you're going to take off to the next level. And this is something that all my clients have been able to achieve, and I urge you as the watcher, the listener, and the viewer to do the same. And the next one is a great one that I love for all my clients. It's called the ANTS, the automatic negative thoughts. The ANTS exercise. It's it's an exercise where you are able to identify all the negative thoughts that come to mind and how you're able to process them and break them down, right? So it's being able to be aware of them, pay attention to your thoughts, and identify negative emotions. Challenge is the next step. What you need to do as you once you identify and you're aware, you need to be able to challenge, question the accuracy of these negative thoughts, and find evidence against them, right? And so now you're going into battle with your negative thoughts and something, a positive affirmation. And where's the best place you can find positive affirmation about who you are and what your identity is? God. When you find your identity in God, you're going to understand who you are. And you're going to understand a stronger foundation than anybody else in this world. I guarantee you. And then what we're going to do after we identify and we challenge, you're going to create positive and realistic alternative thoughts to replace the automatic negative thoughts. Let's go. Let me show you. So same thing here. We spoke about this already, limiting beliefs. I'll let you read that on your own whenever you're by yourself. Identifying limiting beliefs, recognize the negative beliefs that will hold you back from reaching your potential. Challenge their validity. Question the evidence supporting these beliefs and consider alternative perspectives. Replace with empowering beliefs. Adopt positive and supportive beliefs that align with your goals and aspirations. Practice affirmations that to reinforce these new beliefs. And then you have your practical application and your practical accountability. The ants. Unravel the power of awareness to identify and challenge automatic negative thoughts that hold you back. Learn practical techniques to replace limiting beliefs with empowering and positive affirmations. Take charge of your mindset and experience improved emotional well-being, increase confidence, and a more optimistic outlook on life. Okay, practical application. Incorporate ANTS, aka automatic negative thoughts, exercises into your daily routine by becoming aware of negative thoughts. Challenge their accuracy and replace them with a positive and empowering alternative for improved emotional well-being and more optimistic outlook. Basically saying, challenge your thoughts. The moment you are able to identify a negative thought comes into mind, I'm so lazy, I'm so fat, I don't want to, I'm so tired, I'm a victim. The moment you identify that, you're going to challenge it. Once you challenge their accuracy, you're going to replace it with something positive. Literally it. You find it, you challenge it, you kill it, and then you replace that void. Next. Again, here we go. Here's a simple step-by-step guide for those of you who are like, I don't get it, bro. All right, here we go. Awareness. Start by paying attention to your thoughts throughout the day. Literally just told you that. Notice when you experience negative thoughts and emotions like sadness, anxiety, or frustration. Take notes of the thoughts that trigger these emotions. Identify the ants. Once you're aware of your thoughts, identify the automatic negative thoughts, aka the ants, in them. These are the pessimistic, self critical, catastrophic thoughts that pop up automatically without much control. Now you're gonna write them down. Bro, I'm telling you, like, just freaking write them down. Take a pen and paper or use your phone. Yeah, on an app, jot down the ends you've identified, write the thoughts as accurately as possible. Then you challenge them. For each negative thought, challenge its accuracy and reason with yourself. Ask yourself if there's evidence to support this or if it's an overgeneralization. Look for more balance and realistic perspective. Now, when it says look for evidence, it doesn't mean your husband's perspective. It doesn't mean your spouse's perspective. It doesn't mean your boss's perspective. It doesn't mean what they think of you. What's the hardcore evidence of yourself? You need to do a self inventory. You cannot expect other people to give you this. This is you and yourself for yourself and only, please. Don't get other people involved. Just you. Let's go. Okay. Find alternative thoughts. Come up with an alternative, positive, and neutral thought to replace negative ones. With these new thoughts should be more realistic and constructive. And here we go. Practice self compassion. Remember to be kind with yourself during this process. It's normal to have negative thoughts, and the goal is not to eliminate them entirely, but to change their impact on your emotions and actions. Repeat and reinforce. 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 You cannot just do this once. You got to keep going. That's how you instill something. That's how you build a habit. That's how you build something within your head space where you're going to continually do it over and over and over again. Regularly practice this exercise whenever you catch yourself experiencing negative thoughts. With time, you hear that? Time and consistency, consistent effort, you can rewire your thought patterns and develop more positive and resilient mindset. For a lot of you watching this, you're going to do this for 2 days and be like, I'm done. You're gonna do this for a weekend. I'm done. You're gonna do this for a week. I'm done. You're gonna do this. You're gonna do this for about a month after you break up with your ex. Your ex breaks up with you, and you're so passionate about becoming better, and you're gonna be on Instagram saying, "Oh, doing me now," and "Oh, new year, new me," and "Oh, I'm going on a journey for myself." And then once your ex comes back into your life, you're gonna be like, "You know what, man? I don't need this anymore. I'm good. My baby back in my life." Don't be that person. I was that person. Don't be that person. I'm letting you know now. This is me being vulnerable to y'all. Okay, we can be vulnerable together. Don't be that person. The ant exercise can be an effective tool to challenge negative thinking patterns and promote emotional well being. If you find it challenging to do this exercise on your own, consider seeking support from a mental health professional, not your boyfriend, who can guide you through this process and help you build healthier thought patterns, not your spouse, not your friends, a professional. Okay, you don't need a biased response. You don't need someone who's going to be there bored and not being supportive. Let's go. Next one. We already did that. Final alternative. We already did that. Okay, recognizing and addressing anxiety triggers, coping strategies for stressful situations, building emotional resilience. Okay, recognizing and addressing anxiety triggers. Identify common sources of anxiety in entrepreneurial journey. Learn to differentiate between productive and unproductive worry. Develop strategies to address anxiety triggers proactively. Coping strategies for stress situations. Explore various coping mechanisms to manage stress and anxiety, and practice relaxation techniques such as deep breathing and progressive muscle relaxation. Discover how exercise and other stress reducing activities can alleviate anxiety. Building emotional resilience. Understand the importance of, of emotional resilience for entrepreneurs. Develop skills to bounce back from setbacks and maintain focus under pressure, and cultivate emotional intelligence for stronger leadership and decision making. So, again, identifying the issue. You need to be able to identify the issue that is going on. So if you're suffering from anxiety, first of all, if you're actually suffering from some form of anxiety, you need to be able to identify one or two things. And it's something that I had to learn on my own a couple years ago, and something that I was taught as well. There's two kinds of anxieties. There's physiological anxiety and psychological anxiety. Physiological anxiety can be just from the food you're eating or not eating, or lacking some form of mineral in your body. And one of them could be magnesium. And if you find the right kind of magnesium, because there's multiple kinds of magnesium, and you could plug that into your life, you might feel a difference from that. And also, it could be from high stimulants. It could be from certain foods that you consume or certain drinks that you drink. It could be from being in an environment of low activity, physical activity, and your body needs to move. It could be from lack of sleep, high levels of stress. It could be so many things that are causing physical anxiety, but a lot of times it could just be just the mineral that you're lacking, magnesium. If it's psychological, now you need to go into that internal inventory and brain dump. Or you can go through the processing of ants and write your problems down, identify them, challenge them, and then replace them. They're all going hand in hand. Same thing for coping with stressful situations and building an emotional resilience is being able to identify and is being able to replace and is being able to develop certain systems for yourself that may work for you that will help you bounce back. For me, one of the things is I give, for example, if I'm going through a stressful day today or a stressful day in general, and I'm feeling some type of way emotionally, I give myself 24 hours to feel that way. I allow myself 24 hours to feel whatever I want to feel. Towards the end of that, I go through the inventory. I start journaling. I go through the inventory, what I felt, why I felt it, you know, how can I fix it? And then I go through the ant processing, identifying the ants, challenging them, killing them, replacing them. And then I finish with prayer. And then I do any kind of physical activity that's going to increase my energy so that way I'm not in that state as much anymore. That's my personal approach. And then here's your practical application and practical accountability. Identify your top 3 anxieties related to your entrepreneurial journey. Develop a plan to address each trigger proactively, such as taking short breaks, practicing deep breathing, or seeking support from a mentor. And practical accountability. Share with someone you trust, someone you truly do trust, um, and have them remind you to implement these kind of strategies into your day to day. Self-assessments, mental check-ins are very, very important, honestly. Being able to conduct a comprehensive self-assessment of your mental health, recognize signs of burnout, anxiety, and mental health challenges, learn to acknowledge and address your emotional needs, seeking support and professional help, understand the benefits of seeking support from friends and family or mentors, learn when and how to seek professional help for mental health concerns, discover available resources for mental health support, creating an ongoing mental health plan, develop a personalized mental health plan to maintain well being in the long term, implementing self care practices to promote mental and emotional balance, and integrate mindfulness, positive thinking, and stress management into your day to day living. Okay, so as an entrepreneur, I understand that sometimes it can get extremely hard to be vulnerable with people or be able to find people or a support system where you can actually go be vulnerable with and express yourself. Because I know there's the saying where if you're running in a business that involves hierarchy, they say I've heard this before, and to me, it's I don't know, to each their own, right? But I've heard someone say you need to make sure that your upline's Tylenol, not their headache. Which, on a business aspect, it makes complete sense. But then if you apply those same principles into your household or you apply those same principles into your friend circle, who do you go to? And nowadays it's extremely hard to actually be vulnerable, especially amongst men. So I'm curious to a lot of the people who are probably going to be watching this, whether men or women, but mainly the men. Who do you go to when you have something on your chest, something on your heart, something in your mind that you just want to be able to unleash and just completely dethrone from holding you captive? Men, you need to be able to identify and you need to be able to acknowledge that we do need help. We need to be able to have these assessments and recognize when we're going through these challenges. When we need to be able to acknowledge and assess and recognize when we're performing at our peak and we're barely going by just because we have discipline. And that's great. Having discipline to perform is such an amazing thing. And that's something that I push for all my clients. But also being able to assess where mentally you are at and not pushing that aside because to you don't know how to encounter your emotions. And if that's you, I definitely do suggest going and seeking professional help, even if it's once a month, twice a month, once a week, whatever the case may be that you may need. But someone that could lead you the correct way on a professional standpoint There's a website that I do consider a lot for a lot of my clients. Is ecologytoday.com. Great place. If you're not really into that and you want to go somewhere local for your church, close to your church may also have a counseling section that I can actually provide to you. And that's something that I definitely do push. Mental health is not a joke, guys. And if we can take care of you guys as much as we possibly can with the positive aspect, the processing the ants and processing the issues and changing your perspective of how what life is about, because obviously those things do play a massive role, but there's obviously a lot of things that as men and women we do encounter in our childhood, we see, we experience, or even in the later years we experience things and we just don't know how to encounter those situations, and we don't know how to identify, we don't know how to combat or cope with them, and that just builds and builds and builds and builds, and we just internalize. So have someone to talk to, have someone to be able just to process with, and even if it's just someone that will sit there and listen to you, it is definitely very, very important. And you will notice a shift in the way you do business. You will notice a shift in the way you carry your relationships just when you have that. So I encourage you to run with that as hard as possible. Let's see, practical application. Schedule a regular mental health check-in with yourself at least once a week, reflecting your emotional well-being, stress levels, and potential signs of burnout. So yes, assess yourself once a week. Take 20 minutes, an hour, 30 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever you can, and just assess where you're at. What could have triggered you? What could have made you feel some type of way? What overwhelmed you that week? What was said to you that made you feel inferior, or whatever the case may be, and break it down. Understand where it's coming from, why you're feeling the way you're feeling, and I promise you, it will do something for you. Congratulations, you completed module 2. Heck yeah, let's go. You've taken a significant step to cultivate resilient mental health, setting the stage for a more focused and successful entrepreneurial journey. In module 3, we're going to explore strategies for achieving financial prosperity and securing stability in both your business and personal finance. Stay motivated and continue your journey to peak performance. Let's go. Okay, module 3. We got module 3 and 4 left to go. Let's go. Peak performance blueprint for entrepreneurs. In this module, we will focus on achieving financial prosperity by establishing a solid financial foundation for your business and your personal life. By setting clear financial goals, managing your budget effectively, making informed investment decisions, and understanding tax and legal considerations, you'll be better equipped to secure your financial future. 100%. I am not a financial advisor. All the information that I'm going to share is just information that I've gotten from clients that do work in the financial industry, information that has helped me. And this is just based off of my personal experience and my clients' experience. Once again, I by no means I am a financial advisor, and no by no means am I giving you financial advice. So if you need a financial advisor, you need financial advice, I suggest you go on Google and Google CPAs, Google accountants, Google financial advisors for professional help. Let's go. Before taking this course, you're going to have unclear financial goals, lack of direction on what to do with your money. Where does your money go? What is your money? Living paycheck to paycheck and financial stress, hesitant and uncertain about investments decisions, lack of understanding of tax and legal obligations, limited financial planning, and future wealth building. Hopefully, after this course, you'll be motivated to, or if not, already have some information on being able to set clear financial objectives and create a financial vision, develop a personal and business budget for improved cash flow. Hopefully, you'll be able to make informed investment choices and diversified portfolios. Have a better understanding of tax and legal considerations for your business if you're going into business or you're already in business, so that way you don't go to jail. Implemented long-term wealth building strategies. Okay, so setting personal and business financial goals. Understand the importance of defining clear financial goals for yourself and your business. Learn to align your personal and professional financial objectives. Create smart financial goals that are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. Uh, Creating a financial vision board. Use visualizations to create Utilize visualization techniques to envision your financial success. Learn how to create a visual representation of your financial aspirations. Keep your financial vision board as a powerful tool for motivation and focus. Understand your financial position. Conduct a comprehensive assessment of your current financial situation. Analyze your assets, liabilities, cash flow, and net worth. Gain clarity on your financial strengths and areas for improvement. So, one of my biggest issues I, for me personally, when I first started my own business, was understanding on how to set financial goals. Understanding how money worked, understanding where money went, understanding where to put my money, understanding how to keep myself locked in, because I do come from a household where I wouldn't say we were extremely low income, but we were barely making it by. And both of my parents had two jobs in order to make it by, and um, in my culture, unfortunately, sometimes we're just taught how to work really, 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 really hard, but we're not really taught how to invest our money. And unfortunately, in this economy, you need to know how to move your money around and how to build your money and how to do more with your money, how to make your money work for you. So when it comes down to learning exactly what your financial goals are, and for your personal and your business, I definitely suggest being able to create the smart financial goal, being able to use the smart method to create financial goals that are, again, tied to your personal endeavors and to your business endeavors. And using the smart method can definitely be one of the greatest ways that you can attend to that. And that's definitely something that's helped me. A trainer who went from who was making around $30,000, $35,000 a year, and I really thought I was making it. I really thought like this was it, man. This is great. To within the first 14 months of my business, I came close to either close or if not a little bit over $250,000 in my first year in business. I remember the third or fourth month of me being in business, I made my first 20,000 in a month, 25, 20, eh, 20 $20,000 in a month, and I had no idea what to do with it. I had no idea. But the only thing I did know is I had a lot of bills and I had debt to pay. So what did I do? I paid the debt. So with that being said, being able to be being able to be money smart with my money was definitely something that I needed, which is what forced me to look into it a lot more. And creating the financial vision board, honestly, having a visual on what it is you want. For a lot of people, and if this is you, congrats, good for you. Like I applaud you. But for a lot of people, it's more material things that they strive for, which is fine. Good. If that's something that you want, 100% run with it. If that's what moves you, what drives you, what motivates you, run with it. But for the people who are visionaries, for the people who want to build something bigger for them, not for themselves, but for their families, for their friends, and for a greater purpose, creating a financial vision board is definitely going to help you have a better outlook on what direction you're headed. And then once you have that, that's going to keep you locked in. Every time you wake up, you have that by your bed. It's going to keep you locked in. It's going to keep you convicted on exactly what it is that you need to do and who you need to talk to. And understanding what your next 2, 3, 4, 5 moves are and anything that you're trying to achieve is definitely going to help you. And also understanding your financial position. Conduct a comprehensive assessment. Where are you? Be real with yourself. Are you broke? Are you overspending? Are you living on under your means or above your means? Understanding where you're at, how much you're making, and how much is your business making. All those things really matter, which is why I really do suggest getting in contact with a CPA. Yep, practical application, creating a list of short-term and long-term financial goals for your personal and your business life. Break down these goals into actionable steps and establish a timeline for achieving them. Practical accountability. Share your financial goals and action plan with a trusted mentor, hopefully someone who knows what the hell they're talking about, a friend who knows what they're talking. Okay, friend or family member. Before I go beyond that, if you're gonna share this with somebody, make sure you're sharing this with somebody who's either striving to be up here or someone who's already above you. When I say above you, I don't mean status wise. I mean financial literacy. I mean someone who's doing better than you financially because they know how to work the money. They know the money game. Don't go to, I'm sorry to say this, but don't go to your broke ass friends who are doing worse than you or who are doing the exact same thing you are and they have no idea how to manage money. Don't go to them because they're going to tell you, oh, bro, live your life. You don't need that in your life. You need someone who's going to challenge you and force you to level up consistently. And schedule regular check ins with them, mainly your CPA or a financial advisor or someone who's really knowledgeable in that aspect. We're gonna help you progress, and they're gonna challenge you, and they're gonna help you make any adjustments that you need, so that way you can stay on track when it comes down to achieving your financial aspirations. Again, being able to track, creating a personal and a business budget. Budgeting is one of the biggest things that a lot of people don't know. Latinos, where you are at, we don't know how to create budgets. We don't know how we don't know how to not spend our money if we have money, especially when you come from a place uh, uh, of especially when you come from a place of scarcity. If you come from a place of scarcity and you come from a place where there was not much there when you were younger, you're going to want to do more and more and more with the more money you get. And if you're not being careful with it, you're going to literally live beyond your means, or you're going to go broke. Being able to track your expenses and your income, that's definitely something you need, so that way you know what your budget is. And being able to, figure out what tools or what tracking what tracking systems that you can utilize, so that way you can have those, whether it's through a CPA, through an app. There's so many cool apps nowadays that have been created that can help you track that automatically. Anytime you make a purchase, as long as your card is linked up to it, or your bank linked up, it sends it to that app and it tracks exactly how much you've been spending on food, eating out, whatever the case may be. And strategies to manage cash flow effectively. Develop a proactive approach to cash flow management. Learn how to navigate seasonal fluctuations and unforeseen expenses. Implement best practices for maintaining steady cash flow in your business. Right. So being able to build your business is one thing, and also being able to keep the income at a certain rate is also another thing. But obviously, the more money and time you spend invest into your business, the more cash you're going to get. But that also falls apart if you don't have set strategies when it comes down to managing the cash flow. Next thing, practical application, practical accountability. Same thing. Develop a detailed budget for your personal and business expense. Track your income and expense for at least once a month, making adjustments as necessary to align your spending with your financial goals. Understanding type of investments for entrepreneurs, assessing risk and potential returns, long-term wealth building strategies. Now, for these here, I will say this. I will touch on. I will say a general view on how I approach my finances. So I have a checking account for my business, for personal. I have an opportunity savings account and an emergency savings account. I have a life insurance policy, and I have an IRA. So I have 6 places where I put my money in. Checking account for day-to-day usage, emergency savings for emergencies, opportunity savings account in case an opportunity comes up where I can be an investor in something, I can invest in something. Definitely build that. My business account where the money for the business comes in. My life insurance account, my life insurance policy where my money is being poured into there, so that way if something happens to me in the next 20, 30 years, I have money, living benefits, so I can have that in case that something does happen to me, or if I die, my beneficiary gets that money, and it's completely taken care of. And then I have my IRA. That's connected to the stocks and all that. For me to go deeply into this, I'm just gonna say, hire a CPA, hire a financial advisor. The best thing you can do. If you're an entrepreneur who's in the financial industry, you know what you're doing. This is just me, friendly reminder, as please be smart with your money and know that there's ways to make more money legally. Practical application. Now, all right, this next one, something that I definitely suggest we all look into, something that was created and was made, and honestly, one of my closest guys, one of my clients, my boys, my brother, my friend, man, that guy's been in my corner for these last couple of years since I started working with him. Matt Zapala, he speaks about the 4 homes of money, right? The four homes of money, and I'm not going to get into it very deeply because there's obviously, you see the question marks on that end. There's a link right there where it says 4 homes of money. You click that link, it's going to take you directly to that YouTube video on his YouTube channel, the 7 Figure Squad, and he's going to break that down thoroughly for you. I'm not even going to try, but definitely look into the 4 homes of money. Or if you don't want to go on the link, you can just Google it for the 4 homes of money. You'll see it, first video pop up. I promise you, it will add a lot of value. Module 3. You have gained, hopefully, just by the small things that I've given you, and hopefully by me giving you very direct, obvious things of go hire a financial advisor or CPA and go click on that link that will speak about the 4 homes of money, which is something that I utilize to help me understand my money better. Hopefully you have gained valuable insights into achieving financial prosperity and securing stability into your business and personal finance. In the last module, here we go, folks. We will focus on fostering fulfilling relationships to enhance your personal and professional growth. Let's go. In this module, we're going to focus on fostering fulfilling relationships to enhance both your personal and your professional growth by balancing work and relationships, mastering effective communication, resolving conflict amicably, and setting healthy boundaries, you'll create a supportive network that contributes to your overall success and well being. So, before taking this course, you'd be either struggling to balance work, and if this is you, struggling to balance work and personal relationships, ineffective communication leading to misunderstanding, frequent conflict without resolution, overcommitted and lacking quality time for loved ones, feeling isolated and lacking supportive network. After you take this course, you might find yourself that you've prioritized relationships and communicated boundaries, mastered active listening and assertive communication, implemented conflict resolution strategies, and built stronger connections, managed time effectively for quality interaction and support, cultivating fulfilling relationships and a stronger support system. So, balancing work and relationships. Prioritizing relationships amidst busy schedules. Understand the importance of maintaining a strong personal relationship as an entrepreneur. Learn how to prioritize relationships amidst of busy entrepreneurial lifestyles. Develop strategies to allocate time for loved ones without compromising business commitments. Communicating commitments and boundaries. Explore effective communication techniques to manage expectations with loved ones. Learn how to express your commitments and limitations clearly and assertively. Understand the significance of mutual understanding and compromise in relationships. In, and compromise in relationships. Strategies for quality time with loved ones. Discover creative ways to spend meaningful and quality time with family and friends. Learn how to make the most of the time you have together. Understand the impact of small gestures and acts of kindness in nurturing relationships. So, understanding the importance of maintaining a strong personal relationship as an entrepreneur. So, there's two systems that I want to be able to push to you that all my clients have utilized. Um, yeah. So there's two systems that I definitely will look into with all my clients whenever I begin working with them, and it's understanding their six basic human needs. If you apply this basic six human needs in any aspect, whether it's personal or business, you're going to understand why people do what they do. So if you literally Google the basic six human needs, you'll have a greater understanding of why people do what they do, what they say, what they do, and why they act the way they act. And you're going to have a better grasp on how to approach humans. And another one is understanding the five love languages, understanding how people receive love and how people give love, and then understanding how you can give love in a way that they understand, even though that may not be your main love language itself. And that's also going to be able to build your relationships with people in business and also in your personal aspect. And obviously, in the personal aspect, it's it's important, but also the ones in business are also very important. And also any books that you can find on and my clients are really really big on this, on any books that you can find on human nature and mannerisms, and also books that speak about understanding the type of characters and temperaments that human beings have. That's going to get you to a position where you can actually read people and understand people on a deeper level, and that's going to help you become a better person when it comes down to building relationships with people, understanding how to meet them right where they're at, understanding how to speak to them, and understanding people's mannerisms and why people express themselves the way they express themselves and why people move the way they move, whether good or bad in business or even in your personal life. And the more time you spend practicing this, the more time you spend in understanding what people's motives are and why people move the way they move, you're going to have a better grasp on how to maneuver yourself around humans. Practical applications, practical accountability. Uh, Big one here. Active listening and empathy. Being able to develop active listening skills to foster better understanding in conversations, cultivate empathy to connect with others on a deeper level, learn how to show genuine interest in others' perspectives and emotions. Assertive communication in business and in personal life. Understand the importance of assertiveness in both professional and personal settings. Learn techniques to communicate assertively without being aggressive. Practice assertive communication to set boundaries and express needs effectively. Navigating difficult conversations. Learn how to approach challenging conversations with confidence and sensitivity. Develop strategies to stay calm and composed during the difficult discussions. Discover conflict resolution techniques to reach mutual beneficial outcomes. And if any of this sounds completely overwhelming to any of you guys, especially my men out there, I really, 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 really encourage you to look into couples counseling or counseling for yourself. Again, this goes back to the mental health aspect. This is going to help you become a better person and increase your communication skills so that way you can help others a lot better and communicate with people a lot better. Not only will your marriage get better, but the way you carry yourself with the kids will get better if you have kids, and their identity is also going to get better. The way you carry yourself in your office, the way you influence, the way you lead, the way you maneuver, the way you speak, all those things are going to change if you learn effective communication. So that's another book right there. Any book that will teach you on how to have effective communication, and any book that's going to teach you on how to ask the right questions and how to be able to influence people the right way. Any book. And if you need deeper, in-depth professional guidance, I definitely suggest looking into a counselor. Psychologytoday.com. Major key. Practical applications. Practice active listening during conversations with friends, family, and colleagues. Make a conscious effort to understand the perspective without interrupting or any judgment. I know sometimes we want to get our points across, folks, but sometimes you just need to and let the person speak. Give them the floor, and you'll be surprised the way they react to you whenever you are able to give them the floor without any type of feedback. Some people have never been heard their entire lives. Some people haven't been heard in a really long time. So when you're able to give them the floor with respect, with eye contact, with body language, with energy, all focused on them, they're going to really appreciate that. And especially if you're trying to close a business deal, eye contact is one major, major, major factor that a lot of people lack because they're scared and they lack confidence in their product or their service. Okay. Conflict resolution strategies. One of the biggest things for a lot of people is being able to identify and addressing relationship conflicts. Recognize common triggers and sources of conflicts in relationships. Develop skills to address conflicts proactively and constructively. Understand the importance of open communication and active problem solving. Strategies to resolve disagreements amicably. Explore techniques to de escalate conflict and find common ground. Learn how to actively listen to each other's perspectives and concerns. Practice collaborative problem solving to reach win win resolutions. Building stronger connections after conflict. Understand the role of forgiveness and compassion in rebuilding relationships. Learn how to move forward and learn from conflicts to strengthen bonds. Discover the power of vulnerability and trust in nurturing meaningful connections. And again, folks, this also comes down to almost like an ant. Being able to recognize the common triggers. And in order for that to happen, you need to be able to, again, when it comes down to recognizing your own, being able to be real with yourself and understanding, like, okay, I need to be genuine with myself and be real with myself. What caused me to feel the way I feel right now after she said what she said? Was it her or was it something from my past? And asking the right question. I'm telling you, folks, the more you ask why, and the more you ask questions on why you feel the way you feel, why you think the way you think, why you react the way you react, you'll understand there is a human need that's not being met. And again, I go back to that. The moment you start attacking the five love languages and you start attacking profusely the six human basic needs that we have as human beings, the six human needs, and you understand each human need to its entirety, and you break it down and you study it, you're going to understand why you are the way you are and why you think the way you think and why you process the way you process. And now it'll become easier for you to also do the same for your partner, whether it's in business or if not in personal. But obviously in personal, you can go a little bit deeper because you're able to process with them, you're able to journal with them, you're able to cry with them, you're able to hold them, you're able to comfort them. And it's more of a journey with them. But when it comes down to businesses, you can't be in the middle of a business meeting and try to process with them. No, 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 no. You need to be able to know how to handle yourself and handle your emotions so that way you don't mess up that business deal. So, but in order for you to understand it, you need to understand who you are, why you are, and what you do, and exactly why it is that you do what you do. And that comes from your six human needs, once again. Again, practical applications. When a conflict arises, initiate an open and honest conversation with the other party. That comes in business and personal. Focus on finding common ground and mutually beneficial solutions. Again, guys, sometimes saying sorry does not come from I'm not saying don't be sorry and not mean it, but sometimes it just comes from not wanting to carry on that tension between you and that person for a long time, for an extra day, for an extra 2 days, for an extra week, an extra month. Sometimes it's not worth that energy. Something's not worth that energy. You're not hurting them. You're hurting yourself a lot more than you're hurting them. And your energy is definitely felt, and it's definitely felt when it comes down to you leading, and it's definitely felt when it comes down to you nurturing and caring for someone. And if you can feel it when someone else is feeling that way towards you, people can definitely feel it when you feel it, when you are in that mental state or emotional state. So you're doing this for your own mental sanity, your own emotional sanity, so that way you can be the best version of yourself consistently, and you can consistently be at a high performing and peak performance. Okay, so setting boundaries for healthy relationships, um, time management techniques for entrepreneurs, and creating supportive network groups. Guys, we all need to have boundaries. You need to understand, when your time is definitely needed and when you can easily outsource and completely give that job or that specific duty to someone else. I see a lot of entrepreneurs who haven't built a strong enough team or who don't have trust within themselves and their own teachings that are complete control freaks who have not let go of the remote, who want to be consistently in control of what the next thing is on the channel. What's the next thing? What's the next thing? What's the next thing? And they want to be in control of the sleigh. They want to be in control of the wheel, and not knowing that they need to be able to create more time, more space for other things that need their attention in their lives, in their business, in their personal lives. And because they have not been able to let go of that control, because they have not been able to set boundaries and everyone needs them. Now they're getting overwhelmed. Now they're the ones that are being pulled from left to right, left to right, left to right. And because of that, now they're being depleted. Now they're being stretched out to things. So now every aspect of their life is only getting a small portion of who they truly are and what they truly can actually give. And when you're only giving your bare minimum, you're not giving the world what they should be and what they deserve to receive, especially if you're trying to grow a great family, you're trying to grow a successful and prosperous business. You need to be able to outsource. You need to be able to let go of control. And you need to be able to trust what you're doing is working and what they're going to get out of it is much more than you assume, which is why time management is the following thing that comes there. And one of the techniques is that being able to outsource and delegating things so people in your business or your family can do themselves. That way you don't have to be as hands on. So that way you can create more time, more space for bigger and better things, or for your personal endeavors, so you don't feel as isolated or burnt out. And again, creating a supportive network group, someone's going to support you in that specific position. Sometimes your wife, sometimes your kids, sometimes your business partners. But being able to create a group that's going to keep you accountable and also keep you on your toes and keep you well balanced out is definitely something that I suggest for every single entrepreneur. And luckily, and I'm blessed to know that all my clients are in that position. And again, practical application, being able to identify specific areas where you need to set boundaries in your personal and professional life and clearly communicate these boundaries to those who are involved. And guys, we've come to the completion of module 4. Hopefully you've gained valuable insight in fostering fulfilling relationships and contribute to your success as an entrepreneur. Guys, I want to thank you uh, for spending this hour and 43 minutes with me. I know it's a lot of information, and I know you can probably take this with a grain of salt, or you can definitely run with this full throttle. Um, I want you to understand that everything that I shared with you comes from conversations that I've had with high level entrepreneurs, conversations with professionals in these fields, comes from applicable systems that we've done for my clients and they found success in, things that I found successful in my personal life, and tried and trial and error systems that have been put to work and they've come out on top. I wanted to share it with you guys, and I wanted to share it to you folks, so that way you guys have an opportunity to look into the minds into a lot of these entrepreneurs, so that way you can have the system that it takes to truly build yourself up into a position that's going to help you reach peak performance. But none of this information is going to do squat for you unless you act upon it, unless you execute, and unless you apply every single thing that was spoken about on these slides. Yes, that includes clicking on links. Yes, that includes buying the books. Yes, that includes going on YouTube. Yes, that includes reading this or watching this over again. Yes, that includes taking screenshots. Yes, that includes buying a vision board. Yes, that includes some work. It's going to include work. It's going to include work. These are systems. It's going to include work. But what I can promise you is you're going to walk out of this a better person, a more resilient person, a healthier person. You're going to have more clarity. You're going to have more understanding. You're going to have more of a clear path on what direction you're headed when it comes down to your life, to your business, to your family, to yourself, whatever the case may be. And that excites me because once you reach that high performing position in your life where you feel like you are exceeding in your performance mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, and also financially, you're going to want to do the same for somebody else. You're going to want to help someone. You're going to want to help someone's life and uplift them and pull them up out of the trenches. So right where you're at right now, whether it's your kitchen, whether it's your bedroom, whether it's your couch, whether it's you're sitting in the car just listening to me, I urge you to give this a shot. Whether it's in the next couple of days, weeks, or months from August 15th, 2023, or whether it's in 10 years from now, you're listening to this in 10 years, I urge you not to give up on your dreams and I urge you not to give up on yourself. You have a beast within you waiting to arise. You have something so much bigger than yourself waiting to literally flourish out of you. But it's going to take some actionable steps from your end to make it happen. Not only does your family depend on you, not only does your business depend on you, but the future you depends on you. And if you want the future you to have a successful life and an outcome, you need to make a decision today. Are you going to stay average, or are you going to take that challenge and take the next step into becoming a high performing human being? And hopefully, the HP system, the high performing system, is going to help you get one step closer. I'm Coach Milton Alvarez. Thank you for allowing me to speak to you. Until next time, see you at the finish line.